This is Leonard Evans explaining why 20,000 additional Americans are killed on our roads every year, as presented in an earlier YouTube. This happens because of the uniquely powerful and all-pervasive role of litigation in the United States. The 2,000 additional deaths estimate was derived by straightforward analysis of reliable fatality data. A similar process cannot explain why the US performs so poorly. My explanation, presented in a published editorial, flows from a more than 4-decade career devoted to the science of traffic safety. I have personally observed and discussed traffic in 59 countries and addressed professional traffic safety audiences in 30 of them. My explanation also draws upon perspectives gained from growing into adulthood outside the United States. When my 1991 book was written, the US was among the world's safety leaders. By my 2004 book, other countries had far outperformed the US, leading to a chapter titled The Dramatic Failure of US Safety Policy. Every year I have revisited this issue, the US has fallen further and further behind. The key to US disaster is rejection of 80 years of scientific discovery that has led to a solid edifice of understanding. A major contributor to this understanding came from our own government. In the early 1970s, the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, NHTSA as we call it, supported a major study that examined in detail many thousands of crashes. It concluded that the road user was a sole or contributing factor in 93% of crashes. The vehicle was a sole contributor in 2% of crashes. This and copious other research confirms with ever-increasing reliability a traffic safety law. Vehicle factors are important, but less important than roadway factors, which are far less important than road user factors. Despite sponsoring research confirming this law, NHTSA spearheads misinformation that traffic safety is mainly to do with vehicles. NHTSA might be better named the National Vehicle Safety Administration. The net effect of NHTSA is to increase the number of US road deaths. The problem with the Toyota sticky accelerator illustrates the US's obsessive focus on vehicles. It was alleged that this defect was associated with 19 deaths over a decade-long period. This resulted in an all-day congressional committee hearing, nationally televised. The item was the lead in almost every television news bulletin that evening. During the same decade, 22,574 people died traveling in Toyotas. Almost none of these deaths had anything to do with technology, defective or otherwise. 419,483 people died on US roads, including 10,182 children 8 years or younger, and 1,210 babies under 1 year old. Now, why does our political process devote so much energy to the deaths of 19 most likely risk-taking drivers while ignoring the deaths of over 1,000 babies? The Toyota matter, just one of many, generated more than $3 billion in litigation payments. Personal injury lawyers contribute a healthy portion of their billion-dollar cut to the lawmakers who created and sustain this killing system, something completely unique to the United States. Don't expect this story on our media. Our media inundate the public with toxic misinformation. Media broadcast almost daily under the banner of safety. Stories such as 1 million XYZ manufacturer vehicles were recalled because of some defect. No injuries are reported. Of what possible relevance should this be to citizens in a nation which kills 85 people on its roads daily and injures around 3,000? Watching the media, note how many advertisements come from personal injury lawyers. The conclusion is that 20,000 additional Americans are killed because we devote so much of our attention to those very few crashes that generate prodigious litigation earnings, while almost ignoring the fact that 85 people are killed on our roads on a daily basis. Most of these deaths could be avoided by simply having a less absurd way of thinking about traffic safety. In a later YouTube, I'm going to be discussing this.